Ever heard a developer say MCP is replacing REST? That's wrong. But ignoring MCP in 2026 is also wrong. Here's the thing. REST was built for humans writing code. MCP was built for AI agents making decisions on the fly. Same plumbing underneath. Completely different collar on top. So what MCP actually is, how it compares to REST. First, some context. Anthropic announced the Model Context Protocol in November 2024. By early 2026, over 5,000 community MCP servers exist. That's a real shift, not a Twitter trend. But comparing MCP to REST is almost a category error. REST is a way to expose resources over HTTP. MCP is a way for AI agents to discover and use tools at runtime. They sit at different layers, they serve different callers. They can, and usually do, coexist. Let's look at each one before we line them up side by side. Most of us know REST already, but let's anchor it. REST is a pattern for exposing resources over HTTP. You get a URL, a method, get, post, put, delete, a response with a status code, and a JSON body. It's stateless. Every request is on its own. The server doesn't remember you between calls. If you need state, you carry it yourself. In a token, a cookie, a request body. Discovery is at design time. As a developer, you read the OpenAPI spec or the docs, then you write code against it. Once written, that code runs deterministically. Example: you want to fetch a user, you write get/users/42. You get back a JSON object, you parse it, you move on. Predictable, repeatable, boring in the best way. Now, MCP. Think of MCP as USB-C for AI applications. One standard way for any AI app to plug into any external system. The architecture has three pieces. A host, that's the AI application like Claude Desktop or Cursor. A client, that lives inside the host and speaks the protocol. And a server, that exposes data or tools to the AI. The server is what you build. The host and client come from the AI app vendor. MCP defines three primitives that a server can expose. Tools, actions the AI can take. Send an email, create a Jira ticket, run a database query. Resources, read-only data the AI can pull in. Files, database rows, configuration. And prompts, reusable prompt templates the host can offer the user as /commands or suggestions. Under the hood, MCP runs on JSON-RPC 2.0. The two main transports are std.io for local servers and streamable HTTP for remote ones. And unlike REST, MCP sessions are stateful. The host and server keep a live connection. The AI can ask mid-conversation, "What tools do you have right now?" The server answers, "That's runtime discovery." And it's the single biggest difference. Now, let's see the other difference. 1. The caller. REST was designed for human developers writing deterministic code. MCP was designed for AI agents making probabilistic decisions. 2. State. REST is stateless. Every call stands alone. MCP is session-based. Context persists. 3. Discovery. REST clients read an OpenAPI spec at build time. MCP clients call tools, list at runtime, and adapt on the fly. 4. What you expose. REST exposes resources and operations. MCP exposes tools, resources, and prompts, and the descriptions are written for an AI to read, not a human. 5. Determinism. A REST client follows the exact code you wrote. An MCP client follows whatever the AI decides to do with the tools you exposed. You don't pre-script the call order. The model does. That last one is the part that breaks people's mental model. Read it twice. MCP does not replace your REST API. In practice, most MCP servers are thin wrappers around an existing REST API. The REST API is still where your business logic, auth, and validation live. The MCP server is a translation layer above it. It converts AI agent calls into REST calls and shapes responses into something an LLM can use. So if you already have a REST API, you don't throw it out. You wrap it. Companies like Stainless and Speakeasy already auto-generate MCP servers from your OpenAPI spec. You write REST once, you expose MCP on top. If you want to learn more, we have 2 resources for you: the GitHub repository and the documentation site. Both links are provided here.